What's up, y'all? If I'm in an office and I go to this room, you know what that means. I have been reading Brandon Sanderson's books for the last 2 years. I read the first three books of the Mistborn series. I love those. I don't like a lot of the characters. I'm not talking about that today. I don't care. I haven't even read the other ones. We're talking about Stormlight. The Stormlight Archive is really good. I saw a guy make a video explaining. He was like, "Oh, Brandon Sanderson is a Mormon, and he's not a good writer and stuff." And I was like, I don't agree fully, but there's some things that I do agree on. When Brandon Sanderson is making good strides in a book that he completes in a year, and the book comes out, and you're like, dang, the tension is growing, the story is progressing, and then he'll put a full chapter of a flashback. In the first book, he did that so many times, I started skipping entire chapters, especially if they were about Shallan, because I don't care about Shallan's backstory. What's happening right now is told to us in this book, it's told to us in the second book, and then it's told to us in Oathbringer. Why do you need to keep telling me how this day started for her and what different aspects happened in this day? I don't care about that. The first two to three times, it was good because it made sense as to why Shallan was so annoying in the first book. It made a lot of sense. This girl had a lot of trauma. She's never dealt with it, right? Now, you're doing the same thing in Oathbringer with Dalinar. I don't care about Dalinar's backstory because you should have told us his backstory in the second book when he was actively trying to get people to switch up, to change, and he's sacrificing so much for himself. They should have did it in that book. But to keep trying to tell me about who the Blackthorn is, like I didn't just see him and every time he went on the Shattered Plains, is ridiculous. He's already the king of Irithiru. Why do you need to tell me about who he used to be simply because all these other kingdoms that have oath gates will not let him come there because they don't trust him? You should have did that in the last book. Now we're wasting pages. This is bloat. It's bloat to me. I know how dangerous he was. Sadeas has been like, you are only about war. You are not for politics. Adolin is literally saying, Father, you've changed. And Adolin not even saying it out of malice. He loves his dad. He wants to be his dad. But the issue is he's putting the words on the page and is formulating that Adolin does not respect his dad because he's changing for the better, right? I don't think that that's good writing. I love Brandon Sanderson's writing. I like his books. I like the books so far. Mistborn, he was not lying. Read these before you read the Stormlight Archive, because if you trust him with that, then you can trust him with the heavy stuff. I'm in the heavy stuff, but I feel like this book can still be heavy without bloat. I listened to all the interludes. Those interludes didn't mean crap in the first two books. Didn't mean a daggum thing at all. I just got done reading Edge Dancer. I love Lift. She's actually one of my favorite characters. And and I go online and they say he said he only made Edge Dancer because he wanted a character that he felt was important to have a backstory. He said, because she's not really in the other books, it was better for me to do this for her. That is horrible because you made that book 2 years after Oathbringer. So when people complain about him putting and throwing these books out, I'm agreeing because he's putting these books out and then he's got to go back and make other books to help with the main series. I don't like that. That, to me, I don't care what anybody says. I don't think that's good. And I think that if you bring in like the Hunger Games, it doesn't work that way because the Hunger Games is done after 3 books. Then you have, I think there's 2 or 3 more books now, and then you got the movies and stuff that are based off these books. That's fine to me. If we had a Blackthorn book for like Dalinar, that would be cool because I'd be able to see how Sadeas is their cousin, by the way. See how Sadeas, Galavar, and Dalinar were when they were younger. Who is this archer that shot Dalinar off his horse? Who is his archer that shot him multiple times without him being able to dodge? Who is that? Why did you give him so much importance? Was it to show, man, even if you did, that was like some Genghis Khan junk. Genghis Khan literally got hit by a certain person. He was like, you need to join my army. I like you. And that was his enemy that same, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I don't think I'm halfway through the book. I'm at chapter 33. Yesna being alive in this chapter is crazy to me because through the interlude and then at the, like, from the end of part 1 through the interludes, where did that come from? The first thing we hear is, oh God, I forgot her name that quick. I just said her name, y'all. That's how you know I should write things down. It's not Navani because that's her mom. Whatever. Adolin and Renarn's cousin, bro. She's very, Yesna. Yesna's alive. What? What the freak? How is she alive? How is she alive? Was she in Shadesmar this whole time? How does Shallan not know if she's been to Shadesmar like 4 times? And why did it take her fighting the Midnight Mother for her to be like, what are we talking about? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I love the books, but I have problems with these books. I love Kaladin. I think Dalinar and Kaladin are the perfect characters. I think Shallan becomes perfect at the end of the first book. And I don't like the fact that all her problems, she pushes them down. But I think that makes her more complicated as a character. I think it's a good thing. I think I'm nitpicking on that. I like Shallan. I did not like her in the beginning, but she is very intelligent. And now that she's like using her shard blade and stuff and make it mean like being brightness, and then she's brightness radiant, and then she's being, dang it, bro, what is her other alter ego? She got three personalities. I think that's cool. That's why I like her. I'm not even dragging on that. But Dalinar, he doesn't know how to talk to people, and that is what makes him a good character, because with him not being able to talk to people, you see he is literally trying to be a different person from who he was. He just got to hold Oathbringer for the first time in months, right? And then this loser Amaram, he gets his sword and he doesn't say anything. He's like, I don't have a bond to it. The sword was whimpering. It wasn't even crying out that it was dead. Stormfather was literally like, it hates you, but it remembers you from when y'all met. And it remembers when you gave him up. So I think it's like the sword respects him, but it's still a dead sword. Jesus Christ. I'm going to get back to y'all when this book is over with. I really do love this. And again, I'm going to talk about Liftune too. I really like her character. She's funny. She's a kid. And she's very interesting.